Hello, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Welcome to our briefing on MTCS EFC CoC certification. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Akmal Saarani. I'm the Director for Product Unit of MTCC. I'll be presenting today's presentation is titled Unlocking Market Potential, Sustainable Practices Through Chain of Custody Certification. So for those who have joined earlier, we have played a few videos regarding PFC and PFC certification so that you have an idea on the topic that I will deliver. Okay, this is the content of today's presentation. First, we'll talk about the introduction to our scheme, MTCS, Mission Timber Certification Scheme, and PEFC, and understanding a little bit about chain of custody certification, and the chain of custody certification, the situation in Malaysia, benefits of PSC chain of custody certification, the process of obtaining certification, and the process to obtain certification and the upcoming briefings. Introduction to the MTCS and PEFC. In the 1980s and 1990s, there was a growing global awareness and concern about the rapid development, rapid deforestation and degradation of tropical forests. This led to significant campaigns by non-governmental organizations, NGOs, advocating for bans and boycott on the use of tropical timber. It positioned this action as a moral imperative to protect the environment. The pivotal moment came in 1992, which during the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, UNCED, also known as the Rio Summit. This summit highlighted the urgent need to balance economic development with environmental conservation. In response, Malaysia made a notable commitment to maintain 50% of its land area under forest cover, demonstrating a significant step towards sustainable forest management and environmental stewardship. In response to global concern about deforestation, biodiversity loss, illegal logging, climate change, and the well-being of forest-dependent communities, forestification emerged, providing a market-based tool to ensure sustainable forest management and support responsible trade practices. So the Malaysian Timber Certification Council, MTCC, is an independent non-profit organization established in October 1998 and began operation in January 1999. MTCC develops and implements a voluntary national timber certification scheme. Its vision is to foster a nation that appreciates and internalizes the full value and contribution of forests towards global sustainability. MTCC's mission is to strengthen the Malaysian Timber Certification Scheme to realize the full value and contribution of forests through sustainable forest management and chain of custody certification. The Program for Endorsement of Forestification, also known as PFC, is a global non-profit, non-governmental organization dedicated to promoting sustainable forest management through independent third-party certification. PFC sets standards for sustainable forest management and chain of custody, making it the world's largest forest certification system, covering 60% of global certified forest area. The Malaysian Timber Certification Scheme, MTCS, achieved a significant milestone by becoming the first tropical forest scheme in the Asia-Pacific region to be endorsed by the EAFC in May 2009. This endorsement was renewed in July 2015 for another 5 years and maintained again in June 2021 for additional 5 years. This reflects the scheme's ongoing commitment to sustainable forest management. Additionally, this endorsement allows mutual recognition with 48 other PFC endorsed schemes. This slide shows the total hectareage of PFC certified forest areas by region. PFC members with endorsed schemes are highlighted in dark green, and those working towards endorsement are highlighted in light green, and countries where CoC certificate have been issued are represented by the blue dots. So in summary, there are a total of 295 million hectares of PFC certified forest area, which also translates as the source of the PFC certified supply. And this slide shows the number of chain of custody certificate issued by region. In summary, over 12,000 of PFC CoC certificate have been issued, with 82% of them is in the EU region. So this indicates a strong commitment within the EU region to sustainable forest management and responsible sourcing of forest products, demand coming from this region. Next. Okay, so to understand the chain of custody certification, there are two components of MTCS, which is Forest Management Certification and Chain of Custody Certification, CoC. Forest Management Certification ensures that forests are managed according to the sustainable forest management practices. And Chain of Custody Certification tracks forest-based products from the forest to the final products. This certification ensures that the material used in the products come from sustainably managed forests and legal sources throughout the supply chain. So this diagram illustrates the journey of certified wood from the forest until the export point. The process begins in a sustainably managed forest where trees are harvested into certified logs, and these certified logs are then transported to a sawmill or plywood or veneer mill operated by a certified entity for processing. Next, the processed wood is further processed by another certified entity, and finally, the finished products will be delivered for sales or the export point as the final products to the end users. Okay, so a little bit about PFC CoC certification in Malaysia. So we have an international sustainability agenda that is calling for sustainable practices, such as the International Tropical Timber Agreement, ITTO, International Tropical Timber Organizations, Strategic Action Plan, UN SDGs, UN Strategic Plan for Forests, and there's also Malaysian government's commitment during a summit 1992 to retain at least 50% land area under forest cover. So from here, the policies established on the national level to fit in the sustainable agenda in Malaysia. So such as the National Forest Policy, National Agri-Commodity, the AKN, National Timber Industry Strategic Plan, and the commitment of Malaysian companies against the ESG, as well as Government Green Procurement Guidelines, GGP. Under the Malaysia 12 Plan, there are 3 dimensions, which is economic empowerment, environmental sustainability, as well as social re-engineering. One of the highlighted shared prosperity under the environmental sustainability is the sustainable consumption and production, which is a government call for us to implement sustainable practices. And then there's also a National Agri-Commodity Policy, the AKN 2030, which have set the goal until 2030. So you can see the goal for each, and currently for the year 2025, for example, the target for 40 forest management unit or certified areas, as well as 600 chain of custody companies established. Currently, the chain of custody companies as of July 2024, there's only 369 companies, which means there's a lot more companies that we are looking to get into to obtain AFC CoC certification. As of July 2024, there are currently 369 companies issued with PFC chain of custody certificate and 27 of certified timber products with 4 main types, which is sawn timber, plywood, molding, and wood pellets. And then on the left side, there's a percentage according to the categories of companies, whether they be it a sawmiller, exporter or trader, molding, biomass, and others. So under the MTCS PFC, we also have product, the first of its kind in Malaysia. For example, the first certified non-wood based company, which is Royal Selangor, or we better known them as pewter making products. So they have incorporate the element of woods in this series of products. And there's also first certified kitchen system manufacturer, Signature Kitchen, and we have Setia Wood, SP Setia from the developer, the first certified property developer. We have a brand, Lapo, the first certified homeware producer. And we also have first certified paper egg tray, which is made out of certified recycled material. Other than that, we also have first certified diapers. You can look for these products in stores. And also we have first mosquito coil, which use sawdust in its production of products. Okay, so this is the distribution of MTCS certified chain of custody companies in Malaysia according to region and states. As you can see, the highest density is in Selangor. And then there's also a range of certified timber products in Malaysia. So it's quite small, but I'll just provide you with the explanation. You can see from 203 to 204, during this period, the focus was primarily on sawn timber. This suggests a foundational emphasis on basic wood processing and supply to cater initial market demands and establish industry capabilities. Moving on to 2005 and 2014, then the product range expanded to include moldings and plywood, indicating a diversification in wood processing capabilities, and also reflecting an evolving market with increasing complexity in wood application. And further, the next years, 2015, 2016, there's another edition of builders joinery and carpentry, as well as furnitures that suggests a shift towards a more value-added products. And in 2017, the inclusion of doors and figure joint timbers signifies effort to meet a broader range of market needs, from structural components to aesthetic elements. So this period shows a trend towards comprehensive products offering, reflecting a mature and diversified wood industry. And in 2018 and 2021, the introduction of wood chips, wood pellets, and decking highlights a strategic shift towards a more innovative and sustainable products. Wood chip and pellets represent a move towards bioenergy solution, while decking indicates an expansion into outdoor and specialty application. Okay, so to summarize the evolution of wood products industry in Malaysia reflects a progression from basic sawn timber to a comprehensive range of products that cater to diverse market needs. And this is the worldwide export of MTCS PFC certified timber products. Until May 2024, a cumulative total of 3.83 million cubic meters of MTCS PFC certified timber products have been exported to a total of 76 destinations, with EU being the major destination, followed by the Asian market. Okay. This is the current sustainable practices in forest-based sector. MTCS PSC CoC certification, as of now, the uptake is relatively low, because out of 3,115 MTIB registered wood-based industries in Malaysia, 369 or 12% of wood-based companies are MTCS certified. And then we have done some checking and found that out of 42 public listed companies, wood-based and packaging companies in Malaysia, we identified that only 7 or 16% are MTCS certified companies. So we wonder how many of these companies have included the use of sustainable wood-based products in their sustainability report. And another matter is out of 133,825 CIDB registered contractors, how many have included sustainability requirement in their procurement policy? So to set a standard by 2020, more than 30 countries have now developed a procurement policies that include requirements for timber products. To name a few, for example, Indonesia has this timber legality assurance system. China has its green purchasing policy since 2006, and Mexico, a national timber policy 2007. What about the policies implementation in Malaysia? So in Malaysia, we have this MTCS in national, has been mentioned in national policies related to sustainability. For example, this Garis Panduan Perolehan Hijau Kerajaan, or known as GGP, and My Hijau Directory, where Malaysia's official green labeling scheme endorsed by the government of Malaysia, and MTCC as the verification partner of which MTCS certificate holders is recognized under this directory. Under the Malaysia Green Building Index, 50% more and more of wood-based materials and products used are certified. This is the requirement under the Malaysian GBI. You'll get 2 points for that. And under the MyCREST Design and Construction, also outline this requirement for use of wood-based materials and products. So additionally, the Malaysia government also offers incentives and support for companies pursuing sustainable practices through the tax deduction. This is applicable for both chain of custody certification as well as forest management certification. So benefits of chain of custody certification. So for one, you support the sustainable forest management, and then you are meeting legality requirements applicable to your market, such as Australian illegal logging or the US Lacey Acts, to name a few, and you meet the private and public sector's procurement requirement that are listed certified timber or scheme in the procurement requirements. You meet also customer expectation, if they are asking for certified products. When obtaining PFC CoC certification, the traceability is also ensured as a solution for wood-based material. And as I have mentioned earlier, that you will have access to the largest source of certified supplies around the world. And additionally, the companies also support the SDGs. And when you obtain CoC certification, you'll be granted the use of PEFC label. So other than that, if you include the PFC and both FSC in your forest products procurement policy, it will help to safeguard forests and also increase choice and flexibility in your supply chain. So MTCS, PFC is accepted in the national timber procurement policies in the countries mentioned below. MTCS is also accepted in the green building system requirement for usage of certified timber, as well as other green policies. So why labels matter? The PFC Global Consumer Survey has conducted a survey to investigate consumer attitudes towards eco-label, particularly focusing on the PFC label. The survey encompassed responses from consumers across multiple countries to understand the awareness, the recognition, and purchasing behavior influenced by sustainability label. So in terms of high recognition and trust, a significant proportion of consumers recognize and trust eco-label, with PFC label being one of the most recognized certification among respondents. Consumers associate PFC label with sustainability and responsible forest management. The presence of PFC label on products strongly influences consumer purchasing decisions. Many consumers are willing to pay a premium for products carrying the PFC label, indicating a preference for sustainably sourced products. And awareness of PFC labels varies by region. European consumers in particular show high levels of awareness and preference for certified products. Though the visibility and recognition of PFC label in Malaysia is not very high, but overall, there is a growing global recognition of the importance of sustainable forest management here in Malaysia. Okay, this is another PFC consumer research survey with YouGov. It demonstrates the similar findings like the previous slides, that labels are the most reassuring to consumers for environmental considerations. And it is also the critical role of sustainability labels in shaping consumer behavior and the market dynamic of forest products. In terms of market acceptance, several multinational companies have publicly committed to procuring from legal and sustainable sources, such as Unilever, Tesco, and PepsiCo. Other notable examples also include IKEA, L'Oreal, Kimberly-Clark, H&M, each of which has established its own sustainability goals and practices in sourcing. So this is some of the example of PFC trademarks usage that is available in Malaysia. So as you can see here, this is Gloria jeans. They are using imported cup from outside of Malaysia, but it is PFC certified. So whenever you step your foot in these stores, be sure to look for this PFC label. Next, we have paper one, imported products, but used in Malaysia. There's also a diaper produced and is also used in Malaysia. You can easily find this in stores. This is also Anchor from full cream milk. It is only available in select stores, and usually this can be found in bakery stores. It also bears PFC certified PFC trademark. Another one is mosquito coil. Like I mentioned earlier, this mosquito coil is produced in Malaysia. The factory is in Perak, but the market is for Australian market. You cannot find this in locally. Internationally, this is the example of PFC trademarks on the product that can be found internationally. Okay. On paper cup. Okay, this is a Lipton. Currently, locally is not yet available. This is from the international market. Okay, next. Okay, so, a few example. Okay, this is a fish fillet, and then lastly is the Dunkin' Donut. So this is also not available yet in Malaysia. This is the usage of PLC trademark from Dunkin' Donut Philippines. Okay, so the other benefits of PLC certificate, CoC certification is the available supports for certificate holders. We do provide a welcome toolkit containing information and reference related to chain of custody certification and the MTCS, and also the usage of PLC trademark upon obtaining certification. And if that particular company requires a briefing or training to the staff or personnel that involved in PLC chain of custody implementation, you can come to MTCC to request for one. And you have any technical inquiries or issues related to chain of custody, MTCC will be able to accommodate that as well. Other than that, we also provide regular updates from MTCC concerning chain of custody certification specifically, and in general, we also provide updates related to MTCS. And then when the company join PLC CoC certification, they also have access to potential PLC CoC suppliers or buyers, either locally and globally. So certification process on how to obtain PLC CoC certification. First, the company or the entity need to determine the scope of certification, what kind of product they are going to include in their product certification. And then you have to establish a management system to meet the PLC chain of custody standard. You can also develop this procedure based on the existing system if you already have, such as ISO 9001 or ISO 14001. So that certification, the template can be used as a basis to achieve PLC CoC certification to establish a management system as well as the procedures for CoC. So next, we need to train your personnel. You need to identify, brief, and train the personnel responsible for tasks involving the implementation and maintenance of the chains of custody. So this is to ensure everyone involved in the implementation has necessary knowledge to implement the certification requirement. Next, you will need to implement necessary checks to ensure that the source material is PLC certified. And the PLC online database is a good resource for identifying suppliers of certified material. And then you're going to need to establish a process to separate the production of handling of certified goods from non-certified goods. You also need to maintain records to prove compliance with the requirement for audit purposes. Lastly, the entity are going to need to perform periodic reviews. This is once you have obtained CoC certification, you're going to perform periodic reviews of your system and conduct internal audits annually. These internal audits should be completed before external third-party audits. Next. Okay, this process outlines the process flow for chain of custody auditing and certification. The cost may vary by country and CBs. The CBs will typically determine their fees based on the time needed to carry out the audit. Audit time depends on a number of variables, including company size and complexity of the chain of custody that will be implemented in your company. So during the certificate's validity period, the company will be subjected to annual surveillance audit by the CBs to ensure ongoing compliance with the CoC requirements and integrity of the certified supply chain. And upon nearing the certificate expiry, a recertification audit will be necessary should you decide to renew your certification. So whether you are a sawmill or paper mill, manufacturer, trader, distributor, wholesaler, retailer, printer, or paper merchant, PLC chain of custody certification provides you with confidence that you are in alignment with regulatory requirements and have access to a growing global market for responsibly. Even if you don't have yet to procure PLC certified material, gaining PLC chain of custody will help you to demonstrate your compliance with legislation and regulatory requirements. So next, this is the list of our upcoming briefing. A physical briefing session for our existing certificate holders will be held in Ipoh on 15 August 2024. This is for PSC CoC holders, especially those in Northern region. You are warmly invited to attend. There will be another similar session like today, scheduled for 30th September 2024. Additionally, to assist certificate holders who are exporting or planning to export to the EU market, we'll be conducting a series of physical briefings on complying the EUDR requirements with the introduction of the new PFC EUDR due diligence standards. Registration is free for all the briefings listed, so you can start to book your slots. Okay, now next. For further update, you can follow us on MTCC website. You can subscribe to our newsletter, follow our MTCC Facebook, Instagram, X. We also have a WhatsApp channel, YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok. So all you have to do to stay updated with all these platforms is just scan the QR code mentioned below. So with that, I end my presentation, and I welcome if you have any question or clarification or question. Thank you. Is there any question? I do not see any. Either in chat, or you can just type in chat, or if you would like to speak, just unmute yourself and just do speak. Okay, we've got one question from Chanming. According to PLC certification database, over 800% 800 last entries have been certified in the past. But mention your slide. As of July on only 399 companies remain certified. What does have contributed to this decline? Okay, there are several factors. This over 100 plus entries. I'm not sure. This is not. This I think this also count the numbers of companies that may already withdraw or already expired and not renewed their certification. So we have been receiving the factors that contribute to this decline. Maybe one of the factors is the coming COVID, where the largest withdrawal or decline in certification, where they cannot operate and they can no longer operate, and they have not sufficient finance to continue operating. So some of the companies are already shutting down. And there are other reasons as well, as some of the companies already shift to another line of production, and they're no longer producing certified or forest-based products. And there's also reason such as that there's no demand for them, for what the products they are producing. That's a few reasons for the decline or for the withdrawal of the certification from the certificate holders. So for the presentation, where another question is, where can consumers get a list of PSC certified printers? You can do so from PSC certified PSC database, the online platform. Just refine your search. You're looking for the companies. Either you can just refine it to the countries. If you want printers in Malaysia, just select Malaysia and then select what kind of products you are looking for. Other than that, you can also write to us asking for a list of PSC certified printers. We can also provide you with one. So that's two way how you can get a list of PSC certified printers. Another question, can I combine my PSC product with claim and non-PSC product in the single invoice? Okay, so you can. Just for on the products, you have to declare the claim or what you declare on the product is. So you have, if you combine your certified products and non-certified products in a single invoice, you have to be specific on the claim. So if the product is certified, then you have to put 100% PSC certified your products, whether Sontible or plywood, or for companies for product that is non-PSC, then yes, the name of the product, you don't have to declare anything. So you have to be specific. So when you pass to your buyers, they can identify whether to categorize the product category, whether this is certified or not. So the your claim is important. So either it can be in single invoice. Yes, that's my answer. So the cost of a CoC certification audit. So like I said earlier, the cost is varied according to the companies, the time is needed. So the usual, we can just provide a rough estimation. At the usual range, we can inform you that it is around 6 to 10K per audit. So there'll be, after the audit, there'll be a surveillance audit, depends on your validity, whether it valids for five years or 3 years. There'll be a surveillance audit, and the next audit will be the renewal audits. It will be the same as the main audit. So when you apply for, when you start obtaining, the first time you obtain the PSC CoC certification, so that is your main audit. So the rough estimation, like I said earlier, it is around 6 to 10K per audit. So it depends whether how big is your company, the size of your company, the complexity, whether you have any multi-site, or whether you are doing a group certification. Group certification is where a few entities band together to form a company. So that's the factors that affect the cost of certification. Okay, another question, may I know where can I learn the PSC due diligence system for our company internal preparation? Okay. First of all, you can look it yourself into, we have a standard PSC chain of custody CoC standard. It is already there on how to conduct your due diligence system. It is in the chapter 7 of the standard. So you can refer that. The main reference is the PSC chain of custody standard, PSTST 2002 2020. If you need briefing on the PSC due diligence system, can also provide a briefing if the reference alone is not enough, if you don't understand, even if you are referring to the CoC standards. Okay. I think I already answered all the questions. So yeah, if you happen to have any more question after this session, feel free to drop us an email. Our generic email is at coc@mtcc.com.my. So we'll be able to reply you. Okay. Any more question? How many PSC certification for FMU? That one for withdrawn, you can look into it yourself from the PSC database. You can just like when you look into PSC CoC, you can just refine your search to FMU, FM certification in Malaysia, and the status whether it is expired or withdrawn. So as for now, we do not have information, but you can look it to yourself in the PSC database for a number of certification for FMU. Or maybe you can write, if you write to us, we'll be able to reply you. Product produced by FSC certified material able to be labeled with PSC certified products. The answer is no. So PSC and FSC, they kind of do not recognize each other. So when you, as a PSC certified company, when you procure FSC certified material, so it will be considered as a material coming from other certification scheme. So it will not be deemed as certified. So there'll be another product category or material category for this. Other than PSC certified, there's another category which is PSC control source. So when you, as a PSC company, when you buy FSC certified material, it will be regarded as PSC control sources instead of PSC certified. Changes expected for current PSC CoC with PSC CoC UDR. The changes expected is on how you conduct your due diligence system. Because for EUDR requirements, there are another additional requirement, like the cut-off date of 2020. Or there's also requirement for forest degradation and also deforestation, and there's also a geolocation requirement and species requirement, which is currently the main CoC standard. The current CoC standard do not require in the current due diligence. So that's the main changes that is expected in the coming PSC UDR DDS. So all the elements in the EUDR requirements will be incorporated into the PSC UDR DDS. Yes, like I've already shared earlier in my upcoming briefing, there'll be a separate briefing. There's a few physical briefing, and there'll be also one online briefing on the DDS UDR. Because currently it's not officially released yet, but the documents are already available on the PFC website, on the PFC EUDR DDS. If you want to have a look, you want to refer yourself how to conduct due diligence according to EUDR requirement, you can have a look first. So we have already scheduled separate briefing starting October and November for EUDR DDS. Species requirement. how do you comply? I'm not sure if this is referring to the current standard or the EUDR standard. For the current standard, it's not much, not strict. It's not much strict compared to EUDR DDS, but for EUDR DDS, yes, they are going to require the scientific name of um, the the products, the raw materials. That's what the EUDR requirement have outlined. So the PFC has no other way but to include in the requirements into the standard. But for the current, the existing CoC standard, um, if you have, even if you have the trade name, is considered good enough. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, our colleagues already shared with you how do you find information on the PFC website as well as the upcoming briefing. Okay, so if any of you like to join the upcoming briefing, so we're looking forward to that. And for the upcoming, we'll be having another similar briefing online for the unlocking market session. So feel free to circulate to your contacts or colleagues. And I see there's no question. So I guess I will conclude this briefing today. Thank you for making time, just spare your time to listen to this briefing.